What is happening, gamers? This is Bradley here, and welcome back to another episode of
Buggin' Bradley,
where you get to bug me with your questions and I get the beautiful privilege of answering them. First question comes from Haydox. Who is your bae, Haydox or Steve? Hey.
You better say Steve again or I'll kill you.
No, not again. Richard Ocampo asks, if you could have any three amiibo, which ones would you pick? Inkling Girl, Inkling Boy, and the Squid. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I could be the best Splatoon player the world's ever seen. Fred the Gamer DX asks, show us your Smash 4 custom stages. 10-4 roger that. Follow me. Scale 1 to 10, how jealous are you? Thomas Justin wants to know, have you ever eaten eggplant? And also, what am I doing with my life if I'm asking this? Well, for one, yes, I have eaten eggplant. I can't say I've eaten it by itself, but eggplant parmesan, delicious. And secondly, Thomas, you're asking the important questions. That's all that matters. Adam Della Majora asks, why? Why? Oh, why? Did the chicken cross the road? E for Every Gamer asks, what is the worst pizza topping? Cherries. I've never had it, but it's a real topping. Maraschino cherries. Sounds disgusting. No spank you. Conflabbit, I cut your name off, but someone asked, what are your first gaming memories? Some of my first gaming memories that harken back to the golden age of Bradley include playing Super Mario World with my brother and cousin on the Super Nintendo, getting to the Star World with all the different colored Yoshis, also playing Sunset Riders with my grandma on the Super Nintendo, which is a really cool game by the way, and also playing the original fat Game Boy, but I can't really pinpoint my first ever gaming memory. Chris O'Brien asks, what's your most hated video game of all time? Well, Mario's Missing is definitely up there. I've already told you the story about how I chose that disaster over Yoshi's Island, so no need to reminiscing about that. But Hey You Pikachu is pretty bad, and also I got this Rocket Power game for the Game Boy Color and it's kind of awful. Jamie Kruger asks, look, if you had one shot, or one opportunity, to seize everything you ever wanted, one moment, would you capture it, or just let it slip? If it involved Mom's spaghetti, I'd capture it. VFDVDF asks, if you're stranded on an island and can only bring 5 Wii U games, what would you pick? Meme Run, Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon because I don't know, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventure, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Jack Raichu asks, I need to know if you eat people. Do Sour Patch Kids count? DBZ fan Jody asks, what are you more hyped for, Xenoblade Chronicles X or the Shin Megami Tensei crossover with Fire Emblem? Also, do you think the Shin Megami Tensei crossover with Fire Emblem will give Persona 5 some competition? At this point, I'm more hyped for Xenoblade Chronicles X, but my interest in the crossover is growing, especially with the latest trailer which gave us a better look at the game. I would like to see more of the combat though, but maybe I'll like the crossover more than Chronicles X once it releases. We'll just have to wait and see. And as for your Persona 5 question, well, I've never played a Persona game before, and I don't know much about the fan base, so I can't really give you a good answer, but I'm gonna guess and say that there's not gonna be much competition. Ben Rundis asks, will you sing for us? I'm never gonna give you up, I'm never gonna let you down, I'm never gonna let you down, I'm never gonna let you down. Jacob Monday asks, what's your thoughts on Bomberman? Well, interesting enough, I don't think I've ever played a Bomberman game before, so I can't say whether I like it or not. But the gameplay's never really interested me, and I haven't looked much into it. Gavin Cock asks, what Pokemon looks the most delicious? Pancham. Every answer is Pancham. EAP Video Z asks, what was the first console that you ever owned? If we're talking about just strictly home consoles, I think the award would go to the Super Nintendo. But if handhelds were included, it might have to go to the original fat Game Boy. Bill Cipher asks, where do babies come from? Well, it's kind of complicated, but a man and a woman come together and the man comes to the woman's belly and says to it, baby, come home. And then baby appears in there and then
3 months later, she barfs it out.
Retro Gamer Seth asks, who is your favorite Mother series character out of Nintendo, NES, and Lucas? I've never played the original Mother, so I don't know anything about Nintendo. I do know NES since I played Earthbound, and as for Lucas, I only know him from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I never played Mother 3, but I have to give it to Lucas, because he's looking swagalicious with that blonde hair. Pika Power asks, do you usually buy your games digitally or boxed? If I'm buying a retail game, I like getting the physical copy. Wind Waker HD was a rare case for me since it released like a week or two early on the eShop and I was going to review it and stuff, so I decided to go that route. But I do prefer the physical box. It just feels safer that way and I like collecting the box. Manly Man asks, when did you quit your life and become a YouTuber?
What life?
Jedi Pikmin asks, do you think Captain Olimar is a good fighter in Smash Bros? Well, I'm sure Captain Olimar is good if you know how to use him, but personally, he is one of my least favorite characters in Smash Bros, if not the least. I never use him. Dollar Luigi asks, have you played any Ace Attorney games other than Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright? Sadly, the only Phoenix Wright game I have played is the crossover. I do want to check out the trilogy that released on the 3DS eShop. I did skip over it when it was on sale because I'm a cheap old tightwad, but maybe the next time it's on sale, I'll take the plunge. Dan the Black Yoshi asks, do you plan on getting the Yarn Yoshi amiibos? Do I want a Yarn Yoshi amiibo? Yes. Do I plan on getting a Yarn Yoshi amiibo? No. I already have the Smash Bros. Yoshi, and the Yarn Yoshi is going to do the same exact thing as the Yoshi I have, so why bother? And as I stated in the last question, I'm a cheap old tightwad. Waluigi Fanatic asks, what is your favorite Nintendo controller? Also, do you think Canadian bacon is bacon or not? My favorite Nintendo controller would go to the GameCube or the Wii U Pro controller. They're both pretty good. And as for Canadian bacon, it is actually bacon. It's called back bacon and it's a traditional British cut. Kirby Y2P asks, do you want to do another Nuzlocke? Yeah, I would love to do another Nuzlocke, only if enough people actually watched it though, because it did take time to make each individual episode, especially since I would edit out a lot of the boring stuff. Patrick Baldwin asks, what is your favorite Game Boy Advance game and why? I guess I'd have to give the award to The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This was my first time ever playing A Link to the Past, and honestly, most of the Game Boy Advance games that I have are not very good. I played some doozies. I still need to beat it though, I got stuck like in the last dungeon. Dimensional Doors asks, have you ever played a Professor Layton game? If so, what are your thoughts on Professor Layton 3? Yes, I've played Professor Layton. I played 1, 2, 3, 5, and the crossover title, but my favorite would have to be 3. It has a good story. Even though I did spoil the game before I played it. And finally, Mick Flurble Blob asks, how do you use a toothbrush? Hey guys, welcome back to another installment of Life Hacks with Bradley. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use a toothbrush the right way. So for one, you need a nice dank toothbrush. But secondly, you need to find your nearest source of ketchup. Why ketchup, you ask? Well, it helps with the enamel in your teeth, gives you those nice pearly whites that you all dream of, and most importantly, it gets rid of the Puka Duka virus. Yeah, deadly stuff. So, just lather that baby on there, and sprinkle some Wawa on it, and you're good to go. You're good to go. Like so. Oh yeah. And most importantly, it tastes so good. So good. Oh, I can feel it cleansing already. And that will bring us to the end of the 13th episode of Bug and Bradley. If you liked what you saw, please give this video a thumbs up and add your favorites and all that good stuff. And you can stay tuned for more videos in the future. If there is a question you want to ask me, leave that in the comment section below. But I will talk to you all later in the next video, guys. Bye!